Good morning, students. So today we will do the hydrologic cycle of the hydrologic cycle of the engineering hydrology, which is the part of the CPC 502, which is 502. So it will be taught by me. It is the first video lecture will be taught by me. So we will in this class we will go in detail of the in detail about the engineering hydrology. Okay. So first of all, we will go for an introduction. So what is that? What is that? In the introduction, we will see that what it is saying that a cycle by which the water evaporates from the vegetation, ocean, and other water bodies accumulates in the water vapor in the clouds and in the return earth as the rain and snow. So basically what is happening that they are actually we are talking the whole hydrologic cycle in this definition such that the water gets evaporated from the soil or vegetation, they gets accumulated in the cloud, and they comes out in the way either in the from in the way of the rain or snow, and then at last they run off in the river flow, or any type of soil or aquifer. This is known as the hydraulic cycle. Also, so in this definition, we are actually covering the whole thing or the gist of the thing is happening in the cycle. So it is also in small we can also say that the hydraulic cycle that also defined as a chain of water movement from atmosphere to the earth and return to the atmosphere through the various stages. Okay. So in the next slide we will see it is a slide where we can see that how this thing occurs. Although in our in your syllabus when you was in smaller classes like class 9, 10 or 11, 12, when you heard about the water cycle, then this was not that detailed diagram, but there these but here they are using a very detailed diagram of the water cycle. So according to the United States Geological Survey, there are 16 components of the hydrologic cycle. So as you can see that there are 16 points. So and this we will learn these 16 points according to the in the next slides, and we will go in the details of them. Okay, so let's start with the ocean. So what is ocean? Ocean, although the water cycle, although we know that in the earth we have almost 70.8% of the water and 21% of the land, but 29% 29% of land. Now among them there are, it can be seen that the 97% is the salt water, and rest is the frozen water which are saved in the glacier and cave, and less and very lesser is available, almost 1% for in the case of the for the human consumption. So what really happens that ocean is actually capturing a huge amount of water, which is 97% of the 70% of the earth. So according to the estimation that it contains almost 3326 penta 0 cubic miles, or 1386 into 10 to the power 6 cubic kilometer of the world's water supply, and among them is 1338 into 10 to the power 6 kilometer cube stored in the ocean. And it is also estimated that the ocean supplies about the 90% of the evaporated water which goes into the water cycle. Next comes lakes and rivers. As we know that in this case we are actually talking about both the storage and the flow of the water. So we can see that one is ocean, and another part through which the flow goes on, which is lakes and rivers. So what happens that in the case of lake, we actually store a huge amount of water. Now, so and also and through the rivers, and through the rivers, this amount of water is actually flowed towards the ocean or other river. Okay. So in that case, so as in them it also contains water. So they also contains water. So they actually for perform an important role for evaporation, for the evaporation and the formation of the water cycle. Next is the water storage in ice and snow. So you know that except there is no ice, no ice, there are no ice. There it is totally made of water. So in the case of we have seen glaciers, as this is a picture of a glacier, but also there are multiple types of the ice fields, such as Antarctica, like that, Antarctica, or in the case of Himalayas, we have a large amount of the water storage in there. So so as we so in this case, this water is got evaporated and creates the cycle of the this water is evaporated and creates the hydrologic cycle. So in this case, so also this water is storage in the ice and snow is important, because this water actually gets melted and comes in the water into the river or into the lakes, or then they go towards the ocean, and they take a vital part for the formation of the hydrological cycle. Next, we come to the stream flow. So what is stream flow? So stream flow is a we have in the earlier cases we have studied about the rivers, and so rivers is nothing but is a type of the stream flow. So stream flow is the flow we are where the flow happens through a stream. So therefore from that name it comes the word stream flow. So so river is a type of the natural channel which is a stream flow. Then comes and it has a specific course, and it has a perfect specific course. As you can see that there are multiple types of rivers So you can see that when the water precipitation occurs or they have the normal flow, they flow through a certain line. So this thing is known as the stream flow. But that thing does not occur in the case of surface runoff. So surface runoff, what happens? Precipitation when occurs, then let's say this is the ground surface and precipitation occurs. Precipitation means raining occurs on the ground. Although rain is not the only precipitation, we will learn that later. So precipitation occurs. So what happens that we will see that while raining, we will see a lot of water is actually going on the going to the surface of the surface. So this type of this water flow is then mixed with the river or any river or lake or any type of the downstream structures. Okay, so so these surface runoffs in the future, when you will so as this thing is going through them, so evaporation will happen, and it will also make an important role in the case of the hydraulic structure. While we will learn in the future, here also it is written as in this format that in the all aspect of water cycle, the interaction between the precipitation and surface runoff varies according to the time and geography. You will learn in the later cases that how the this surface runoff takes an important role while the calculation